Well, here we are. It's another Sunday evening. Wait till I make sure everybody knows I'm here. Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? Little Pink Floyd reference there. There she is.
Yeah. I gotta get a seat.
Well, they were talking good. Now they've been silent.
I walked in.
Teresa J. Howdy, hey. And no, Abbott, I would not use a hamster wheel if you gave me one. It'd be too small. And even if you gave me a human-sized one, I would not use it. So it won't be tightening up no hams for you, Mama Linda. Yeah, that's Darla. Come on, move out the way a little bit. Give y'all a peek. There's a peek. What do you say? Hamster show. Huh. Melinda Dobson, I see you made it back. So what all is going on? I know a lot of what's going on. Current events and all that, you know. You got that slicer? What kind is it? Is it the same brand? Your head feeling any better?
Yeah.
Took the edge off.
Yeah, it's eased up. It's there's not a vice pressing and a hot poker poking it. It's eased up.
Right.
But it still hurts.
Right. Would love the warmth. But it's not so much the cold or hot, it's the changes in the weather. You know, high and low pressure systems coming in and going out. And
Let's show it again.
there it is.
Yeah, do it this way. Like that.
No, you can't see it.
It is a
Beaver.
Beaver, VEVOR.
When I say you want to move it, unlock the front wheels and run it around on that table. The table's new too. We just got that. We got the meat slicer.
Well, this is how it's going to be sitting on the meat on the table when we get it, or when we have it.
Oh.
Yeah, because this is the front, and it's going to be easier to run it from the front because you got the meat going here and it coming down here. So you'll be working at it like this right here.
Yeah. Well, now it's going to be yet to be determined by me.
Yeah.
Depending on how we set it up. Now, if we set it up where I'm standing in between the counter and the front of that, and we set that next to the table in there, where the meats come off, you reach over and slide them over to the table to do what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, I just see it's because you can take it here, put it there, and then slide it over to me. Either way. But
that's how you want to do it.
Yeah. Just whichever makes it easier for you. But that would be the
That's the same one exactly. Yeah, it's got a little sharpener on it. I had to read up, figure out how to do that. Now I know how to do that now. for when I need that.
Yeah. It's got a guard on it, Melinda. Yeah, it is a great meat slicer, my Melinda. We've been needing one.
Yeah, we went to that butcher shop, checked things out. We got us some meats, cost us less in the long run. We actually got more for less. And I don't know how much it cost to have it. She got it through Lowe's.
We got it through Lowe's. We got the table through Lowe's.
And
And for the table and slicer together, it was I want to say $468 or $486.
okay. Which when we start buying bulk meat and start chopping it up and packing it away, where we'll build us up a stock, it'll pay for itself.
Yeah.
But it is brand new. It's got all sorts of little guards and everything on it, and it's got quite the setup on thickness.
Yeah, Trace. I used to use a Hobart years ago when I worked at Hardee's. I know about the slicers.
And I have worked with some myself. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. There's a scar right there on the tip of my thumb where I about took the tip of my thumb off with one.
Yeah, Mama Linda, that's what we plan on doing. Cheeses and veggies too.
All right, now quit that.
Get ready to slice onions and tomatoes and things like that. Pig
Yeah,
and cattle field there with them.
Oh, yeah. Things like that, you need to slice up. You want to use celery and make little thin chunks.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of it in a heartbeat. And onion, which you want sliced onion for burgers, sandwiches, or whatever. I heard that, Melinda. But we plan on start getting some bulk meats and making ourselves some deli meats and other chunks of meat. We slice them up on that thing right there and pack them away and stock up the freezers and
That's a good deal, Mama Linda.
yeah. So probably within a year of doing that, it will probably have paid for itself because of the savings we'll get on groceries by buying bulk, cutting it down. So that'll make a huge difference. We had a big old slab of brisket up there we looked at. It's almost 9 pounds, something like 70, $80. That's a lot of money. Of course, that's top-notch meat, so. But if we got that and we sliced it up, make some sandwich meat out of part of it, and make little thicker slices for grilling, barbecue, and whatnot, and everything, it would pay for itself. So that's what we got going on. And like I said, we got that table to go with it. That way we have a place for it. She can put her vacuum sealer on that bottom shelf so it's always there ready for her. That way we go to using it, we can set it up, set the vacuum sealer up on the table, and I can set the meat slicer up, and we can slice the meats, and she can pack them up. Purdy!
Hey, Tish.
Where that pooch at? Tell him I said, he'll know what you mean. So anyway, like I say, it is a Sunday. And I know at home with Tom and Rhonda is going live. I saw the notification for them pop up. Not sure exactly what time, but I'm sure it's probably about now. Well, things are going on. Joy Reid got fired from MSNBC. Ain't nobody gonna have to listen to her no more. Not that I listen to her anyway.
I started saying I never listened to her before.
You know, they got they appointed some liberal woman to take over being president of MSNBC. Got her in there to try to straighten MSNBC out, get their ratings back up. But as long as they stay on the leftist train, they ain't gonna get nowhere. River Rat! Well, you know, we're doing the best we can.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's that bit. The Epstein list is coming out. You got folks like Tom Hanks, Joe Biden are on that list. And a bevy of others. We got Bill Clinton on there, of course. I read several other names, but they're not coming to mind. But, you know, it's no surprise the names that are on there. That's why they've been fretting Cash Patel getting the FBI directorship. Because he's coming after them. And Miss Bondi is coming after them. Washington, D.C., there's more and more people fleeing Washington, D.C., trying to sell their homes and getting out. I think there's some of them not even bothering with trying to sell them. They're just leaving. Because they know what's coming. You got federal judges out there that are activist judges that are trying to stop Trump, thinking they got it more power than a president. I don't know, River Rat, what?
Did you catch a Hondo?
Something good. Yeah. Huh?
I said, did you catch a Hondo? Hey, Dale.
Dale! You gonna go live tonight, Dale?
All right.
Oh, congratulations. That's awesome. Sorry, Teresa.
You're going live tonight.
All right. But Teresa, y'all know how I am. I'm apt to yell out something anytime. What is it? Sing it, Piggy. Doo-da, doo-da. That's all I remember of that one. I can't make out that emoji. She laughed, then put another one.
Tracy did 2 laughies, and then she did another laughy one.
Looks like one with a mustache on it. I don't know. I can't tell.
But
Yeah,
I,
especially Avid's ears because he's got some really sensitive hearing. But I like somebody comes out, I yell out their name and everything. It's kind of a shock to the system because it's out of the blue.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Congrats, River Rat. That's an honor. It really
That's an
is.
awesome accomplishment. It really is. But there's a lot of competition out there in the fishing world. You have to be good
Mm-hmm.
to stand out from that big a crowd.
I start saying, and if I'm not mistaken, isn't it the other competitors that vote on who gets that for the
I
golden
don't know how
picture?
that works, but I'm sure he can enlighten us. Him or Abbott, either one.
Yep, a lot of fishing. You do a lot of fishing.
Yeah. A lot of knowledge involved in all that. Yeah, folks, there's people leaving D.C. like rats fleeing a sinking ship. 60 Minutes caught in a lie again because they had somebody on there talking about, oh, how sad it is they lost their job. Well, like they say, Trump gave them an opportunity to have 8 months fully paid, full benefits till they found them another job. And the person that they used to do that is a PSYOP person working for USAID, writing speeches for a speechwriter that wrote speeches for Biden or something like that. And everything. So 60 Minutes caught in yet another lie. Yeah, signs of the times. A lot of that going on. They talking about that $5,000 Doge benefit check to pay back the taxpayers. A lot of pros and cons on that one. You know, I don't know that me or Elaine would get one because I've been disabled for 10 years and all like that. And it would be nice. Dang! He caught over 3,000 pounds of catfish in 3.5 months. That's a lot of fish.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, over 1.5 tons. Yeah, that's a lot of fish.
Amazing, Melinda. We'll keep you in our prayers on that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. You'll have to show us pictures. But anyhow, that $5,000 check. It would be nice if we did get one, but at the same time, I'm think the same way as Greg Gutfeld and some others out there. Put all that back in the till and get that deficit down. Fish fry sounds good.
Fish fry sounds real good.
Yeah, but that's why I said 1.5 tons. Unless you missed that part. Lenses on these glasses are all screwed up.
Yeah, we need to set you up an appointment. That place at Chattanooga. Get your eyes checked. Your glasses.
What place?
That our purple store. The purple store, whatever it's called.
Higher Optical?
Yeah, that one.
That would be an expensive proposition.
Yeah.
I got another pair of glasses that I can utilize if I need to. Well, part of it anyway, Melinda. A ton of two piggies. Hey, but one piggy. I play my little games. I've noticed it here a few months ago, not even that long ago. Got to add out for another game. It's called Piggy Kingdom. I'm like,
Can't get away from the piggy.
$100 catch and release.
100, yeah, they do. He that's all he does is catch and release. He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, either way, that's still say a good fish fry.
I don't think they're going to do that, Dale. That's the whole point. Because it's not going to affect how they get it because it's money that's already there that have been allocated to go to other places. And the things on that list they showing what they're using that money for. Folks, I believe every one of those things listed are codes for who it's supposed to actually go to. Yeah, well, the IRS is being looked at possibly going to be shut down too. They've pretty well shut them down for the most part because the stuff that's going on there as well.
It hurt my feelings if they stopped doing taxes.
I'd still be okay with doing taxes. Just make it a flat tax straight across the board. Make it a lot lower than what they do now.
I remember there's been two people run for president throughout the years in my lifetime that I know of. Perot and that Kane guy. Perot ran on a 7% flat tax. Kane ran on an 11% flat tax. Either one would be great.
Well, Perot only run so as to put a third contender in there to take votes away from conservatives.
Right.
Not that he didn't have some good ideas, but that was the only reason he ran.
Yeah.
Was to cause a division there to favor the Democrat Party.
Yeah, I'm just going by the ideas. I'm not saying about them themselves. I like the idea of the flat tax. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Just make it a certain percentage. Everybody knows what they got to pay. Be done with it. But I also like the idea of the external revenue service. Start making nations pay tariffs again like they used to. I guess that's how America used to make its money. And that was plenty. Plenty money. Plenty money. And there was some communist-minded idiot got up in there and suggested that IRS, internal revenue, and well, there we went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got that stimulus check too, and that's what we used to build those units in there in the kitchen
To buy our refrigerator.
and our refrigerator.
And pay off a couple of bills.
Yeah.
We utilized it very well.
I mean, I could have seen that going to getting the deficit down, but I didn't turn it down either. Of course, like some say, all those who've been complaining about Doge getting in there finding all that corruption shouldn't get one. But if they do it that way, they'll get one anyway. Guarantee they won't send it back. Got a friend of mine telling me about one person as soon as he found out Elon was supporting and helping Trump, they couldn't get rid of their Tesla car quick enough. Hate so bad they got rid of a Tesla. Now, I don't think they're great, but if you're within inside of the city and you ain't got that many places to go, no how, and all like that, just run back and forth and all like that, and you can charge up every night, hey, not a bad option. And but you hate somebody so bad that's going to help find the corruption and straighten things out that you get rid of it. That's a little childish. I get rid of things, stop watching things and all like that when I find out things like Tom Hanks being on that Epstein list. I ain't had no use for him or anything that he's done since. That's all right. You hadn't said nothing, we'd have never known. Your parents didn't have a hard time being able to tell when you're lying about something. You tell on yourself. What's that, Teresa? That was me, Dale. I always owned up to stuff, told on myself. Integrity, honesty.
Jumped up there and hit that cardboard.
Yeah. Found out that diving board wasn't secured. Tom Hanks, Teresa, along with a bevy of others. Sheriff, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton. Why, thank you, Dale. Did you get a good look at that? Well, it's turned different now because
I turned it around, yeah.
You can't really get a look at it. Abbott says he's got the exact same one, so I know it'll be good because I know how much he uses his. But yeah, it's out there to be seen, Teresa. There's a whole slew of folks on there. Oh. Yeah, Pam Bonnie's got the files on that on her desk as well. JFK, MLK, JFK's brother. Yeah. Epstein list, and you can bet she's got the Diddy list on her desk too. Oh yeah, Teresa. That's been the uproar. Nothing was done about it under Biden. Duh, his name is on there. No wonder he wasn't going to do nothing about it. That's among the many things that the Democrat Party is trying to been keeping us distracted from. Through you said they've been the ones supplying, funding the terrorists through that USAID. So no wonder they wasn't doing nothing about it. They want to complain about Ukraine and Russia having invaded them. Well, the whole reason Russia invaded them was because of that plant over there where they was making adrenochrome. Where do you get adrenochrome? Children. They're killing children to get adrenochrome. That's why Russia invaded Ukraine. That's what started all that mess. Joe Biden wasn't going to do nothing about it. Putin said he will, and he did. And because the Democrat Party has been helping Ukraine because they have a vested interest in the adrenochrome, Russia's had a harder time solving the problem. Yep, sure enough. They love that cardboard.
Give them a box or cardboard and they're happy all day.
Be spending 20, 30, 40 bucks on some cat toy they'll play with a little bit and then leave it alone. They just happy with a cardboard box.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like young kids. You can get them a nice, pretty toy. They'll set it aside, go play with the box. They use their imagination. But JFK, well, one of the video files I saw come out on that, Johnson had him killed because JFK wasn't going to run with him again because he didn't believe that he would make a good president. And then on phone calls, Johnson and Jackie O were talking rather friendly. So she was involved in it too. Tina!
Hey, Tina.
There you go, Teresa. I tried to hold it back a little bit. But that's why Johnson gave the order to have him killed. And it was, I believe it was CIA agents that were in the wet work that did the job. I think Elaine told me about that one. There's a couple of them, they talked about it. And so, yeah, it was all set up. Don't know anything about who yet, but MLK was assassinated for much the same reason. He was bringing about change that they did not want. The MLK was getting the black community to think for themselves. But the Democrats don't want the black community thinking for themselves. If they think for themselves, they might start putting things together. And a lot of them have. Turn down the volume, go right ahead. Darn it! Oh, do that.
I have acetaminophen, Abbott. I don't have any Tylenol.
Yeah, she can't take Tylenol.
I take the generic.
But that's why they wanted MLK dead, was because he was a leader of the black community. And he was getting them to think. The Democrat Party couldn't afford to have them think. So that's probably just the only thing that I can think of. I'm sure there was more to it than that, but that would be the foundation of it. Who, JFK? Yes. He also saw what the Democrat Party had become, and he was going to expose it. They could not afford to have him expose them. Could have nipped a lot of what we've had the last 50 years in the bud. Then they couldn't have that. Yeah, I think JFK would have made a great president. And that was the problem. The Democrat Party had other things in mind because they'd been taken over by the Communist Party. For a little history that I've mentioned before, the Communists have been here since 1900. They took over Russia about 1920 because they came to the schools. They came to the schools here too. By 1939, they were big enough they had their first national convention here on U.S. soil. In the 50s, what was his name, McCarthy?
Mm-hmm.
He was going through rooting out all the commies. They shut him down saying, oh, he's going too far, this, that, the other thing, rights. I don't think he was allowed to go far enough. But at the end of the 50s, you heard no more mention of the Communist Party here on U.S. soil. But in the 60s, the Democrat Party had a change. It was because the Communist Party had grown big enough, they infiltrated the Democrat Party, and that's what we've been dealing with ever since. It's a party that claims to be one thing, and they're something else, using all the communist tactics, blaming others for bad things, taking credit for good things, projecting onto others the bad things they've done, taking credit for the good things that the others done. Typical communist strategy. And then trying to get dirt on all that they could so that they could control the narrative. And no wonder they could control Joe. He's on the Epstein list. They were able to control Clinton because he's on the Epstein list. I'm sure Hillary was with him. I don't know if she's listed or not, but I'm sure she was with him. If not, he probably shared his fun with her, and that's part of why she put bleach bit on her computer. Wasn't just because of emails. Oprah's on that list. I can't wait to see the Diddy list.
You're yelling.
Oh, the Mooch was also on that list. Lord, forever for heaven, howdy. So, not to mention a bevy of other acting and music stars. That's why I've never idolized any stars. Like, okay, yeah, they great actors. That's great. Oh, they got great music. Oh, that's great for them. Then you find out. Then you find out why Bieber turned out the way he did, because Diddy done been up in that. Oh, good. Howdy, 99 acres.
Hi, Lisa. Figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yep, that's why I said when they killed JFK, they'd already took over the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party ain't nothing but communist. They thought that they finally was going to seal the deal with camel toe. President Reagan was something they couldn't control. Like he said, he didn't leave the Democrat Party. They left him. They knew things then. And he was able to do a little bit, but he got stymied every which way because of the Democrat Party being communist.
Well, the fact that his vice president was.
That too. But now the T-Man, he's somebody they could not control. They didn't have any dirt on him. He was his own man. He paid for his own stuff. Same with Elon. That's why they hate him so bad. They cannot control them. So they can do the things that need to be done to root out the communists and straighten this thing out because they cannot control them. That's why they hate them. They ain't got nothing they can use to control either one of them. That's why they're worried. Soros is trembling now because all of his money is drying up. Because he was big into USAID and other things. That's how he was getting the money to, which I still think comes from China. It's eventually going to come out. China has stolen hundreds of billions off of us in unfair trade practices, and then turned around and used that money to loan it back to the United States to use for whatever, which kept the deficit going up. Derek!
Hi, Derek.
And then get paid back that money with interest. So they have a continuing flow of money that was never theirs to begin with to use to supply what they felt needed to be done here in order to turn America communist. They finally thought they was going to get it with camel toe because she ain't got no brains. And there's a major donor that got raised donations for the Democrat Party. She has turned away from the Democrat Party. And she said point blank, Obama was pulling the strings through each of those administrations. His and Biden's both. And he was going to be pulling the strings with camel toe. Birth certificate for Obama's come up again, and they've shown that there's 9 points of forgery on that birth certificate. Folks, there is a place over there in the Middle East called Hawaii. It's not far from another place that in their language translates to Hell's Gate. So there's a lot of complicated, intricate stuff going on there that above my mental acuity to figure out and follow along. But we got some folks up there that thrive on those kinds of puzzles. Cash, Pam Bondi, Elon. Oh my goodness. Elon's got a bunch of geniuses working with him to track all this stuff and see what happened. I'm talking hackers, the caliber of they could get into major things and they'd never know it if they wanted to. Teresa said, Lee, I won't sign.
There you go. I share.
They couldn't see that.
Well, I handed it over that way.
So, I try to be river rat. If I don't know for sure, I'll say I don't know for sure. But if I know, I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be honest about it, because I don't stand to gain nothing by lying to nobody.
Lord asked me 2 weeks after I lied to you, and I couldn't tell you what I lied about.
Huh?
I said, ask me in 2 weeks after I've lied to you, and I couldn't remember what I lied about.
Right.
If I told you the truth, I could remember the truth.
Truth is easy to remember. But when you start telling lies, Macbeth, Shakespeare, oh, what a tangled web we weave when at first we set out to deceive. I ain't got enough memory to remember 5 minutes ago sometimes, much less a bunch of lies.
That's it. I have a hard enough time remembering everything. Just remember day to day.
That's Darla, Avid. She's my ghost kitty.
That's what we call Sneezer.
Yeah.
Love
Cross.
Hi, Scotty.
Oh, I can. I love the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I've been spouting it for years. People just now starting to come to know about it. It ain't because it ain't been out there. It's because people, especially in this nation, we have become such a first world country that even scratching the surface of the evil we've been dealing with is not comprehensible to most. Because we can't most people can't conceive of that kind of evil. That's why they've not been able to see it. That's why communists move slowly. They do it a little at a time. It's kind of like boiling a frog. They do it a little at a time. And that's why people don't see it. It's slow. But most people here have become so accustomed to what's supposed to be right. 40 years ago, stuff going on today, you'd be in jail. No questions asked. And in some cases, you might not make it to jail. Like the Epstein list, just a hint of that. Oh, they'd all been grabbed up. Probably would have been put to the death penalty.
They haven't done playing.
Which is where every one of them on that list is apt to wind up. Is with a death sentence.
Mm-hmm.
And,
hey, I know.
I'm not the judge, but I believe they should be held accountable for it. Go through it. The evidence is there. There ain't but one penalty for it. Death penalty. And that is the best deterrent to crime there is the death penalty. But at the same time, I also believe that the evidence better be very hard. Because stealing my chips. Because I also believe in the law being fair. Look into the hows and whys of why something came about. Because there's some women that are doing life in prison for murder. Well, it's because they had no choice. It was either kill or be killed. They didn't care about that. Josie! But the justice system didn't care about that. The only thing they cared about, oh, they got another number for their prison system, get more federal tax money. That's all they cared about.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't care that the woman was being beat down every time she turned around and was about to be killed, so she wound up having to kill in order to survive. They don't look at that. So I do believe the law should be fair. Why did they do it? Exactly why did they do it? And if it's a case of kill or be killed, it's self-defense, as far as I'm concerned. Dude been beating up on a woman and she finally stands up when he's about to kill her. She winds up killing him. Well, I believe justice was served. Leave her alone. She's had to put up with enough. Now they want to put her in prison because that's more tax money for the prison system. Nah, that's never mind. I'm not going there. But with the things that have been going on a level of satanic rituals, what the Epstein Island was all about. Satanic sex rituals and all like that, and that's why they had the children, because children's blood and virginity is highly prized in Satanism. And so they all go there and get together and rape these children and all their little rituals and whatnot. Yeah, death penalty all day long. The only unfortunate thing is you can't bring them back, give them the death penalty again over and over to match the amount of victims that they victimized. I don't know. I ain't seen her toss none out.
What?
Teresa asked, did he get more of my chips?
Actually, no, she got one. Though every time I open the container, she thinks she ought to get them. That's fancy.
Tina said, working in the jail, I would have rather taken care of 50 men inmates than 10 women any day. Well, Tina, that's not to say that women can't be devious. Women are more devious than any man any day of the week. And that's just the less intelligent ones.
Avid, she's over behind, under the table behind the cardboard. And there's a big gray cat behind Piggy.
Dale, you better be careful. That shed out there might become your doghouse. I was about to say, Teresa J., women are far more devious than any man, any day. Just like Lady Spaceships can't just have just one. Yeah, they getting rambunctious. They might need to go outside for a little while.
The thing about it is, Gray just came in.
Right.
And you know Darla ain't going out.
Right.
Fancy.
I looked up the clock and I first thought it said 6:45. I thought, what? No, it's 6:26. So I still got a few minutes.
Yeah. Yes, pray for me.
Your life ought to be interesting tonight. At least you'll be able to see her coming up behind you. Now that's no guarantee you'll be safe. Just saying you'll be able to see her coming up behind you. You got that right, Mama Linda. I'm a firm believer in that. Oh no, she is ready.
I thought said she's sneaky.
Oh, she is sneaky. Yeah, okay. I thought it said ready. That's a glad I'm single.
Yeah, Avid don't have to worry about Avid cook for himself.
Avid, you ever meet a woman, you'll go for it. But remember what I always say: if she don't scare you even a little bit, she ain't the one. All she got to do to scare me is threaten not to cook.
He got soap in there. He knows how to open a can.
At least not cook for me, no how. I'll be going in there to find a soup or a ramen or something while she's sitting there eating something delicious, smiling at me. Yeah, women are far more devious than men. That's just a fact. But that's the thing about the evil that's been going on. It is so evil, and most Americans are so first world civilized they can't comprehend the evil that's right in front of their face. You know, there's all sorts of songs and stuff out there. If you really listen close to them, if you're paying attention, you'll stop singing along with them because they're singing to Satan. They're singing to sexual rituals in Satanism. Listen to them and pay real close attention. But a lot of people have gotten away from believing certain things are actually real, like demons. People love to believe in angels, but they refuse to believe in demons. Trust me, folks, the demons are as real as the angels. If they weren't, there wouldn't be a fight. The problem is, like communists, they are so slow and sneaky about what to do and how to do. It's like the Ouija board. Oh, it's just a game. Well, that's what child sexual predators do with children. They play games with them, so they think it's just a game. So they don't know it for what it actually is. Well, that's what a Ouija board is. A lot of people like to think it's just a game. There ain't nothing to it. Yeah, there's plenty to it. You go to playing with that thing, you're playing with demons. Astrology, zodiac, that stems from Satanism and witchcraft. You know, stay away from that stuff. God's got control of it. Saw somebody posted something on Facebook, a friend of mine, all like that. She likes to dabble into witchcraft because she believes she can believe in God and do witchcraft at the same time. No, you can't. You can't serve two masters. That's just a fact in the Bible. She believes she can. And she had posted some video explaining Satan. Satan is this and he's that and he's that and his body belongs to Satan and he's time and all like that. And it comes up with the number 666. And, you know, that's and that is the mark of the beast. No, it ain't either. I commented on it, just simply said, no. Well, there's good fear and there's bad fear. If the fear is out of respect, that's one thing. If it's fear because she's some sort of psycho, that's what you stay away from. Crazy, I don't mind. Mama Bear!
Yeah, Piggy can handle crazy. They've been living with it now for how many years, Piggy?
10, 12,
Something like that.
11, 12. Crazy's fine. Because crazy can get psycho if they need to, directed at the proper target. Psycho is just psycho, which is what I dealt with most of my life. Bunch of psychos. A little bit of everything, Mama Bear. Talking about the Epstein list, talking about death penalty, talking about Satanism, and talking about how most Americans are so first world civilized they can't recognize the evil that's right before their eyes because they think it's just this or that. They ain't nothing just this or that. There's always meaning to things that we fail to see because we've been made to think that it's just this, like the Ouija board. Oh, it's just a game. No, it ain't. It's a means of talking with demons. Oh, yeah, it is. That's Mama Bear, that's going to be an understatement. Because there's still people unaware of the Epstein list, much less who's on it. You know, and it's going to be a real shock. Well, yeah, I got a godly woman, but she's got a little bit of crazy in her too when she needs to.
I come from a long line of crazy. And with that southern crazy, you know, we don't hide it in the attic. We put it on the front porch with a glass of sweet tea.
And show it off.
And show it off. My granny was a short, red-headed piece of dynamite. That's all I got to say on that one.
And when a man is wise, he'll come to learn and understand that a woman can see things that a man just can't. Bottom line, period. I've seen it a lot with Elaine. She's seen things coming that I was totally unaware of and would never have been able to see until she pointed it out to me. I got big goat crazy. But I'm not even going to go there. I don't even want to know. So she's got you what she must be talking about putting crazy out on the porch, sweet tea.
Talking about my granny tell you. Anybody has a red-headed granny, a short red-headed granny at that, they understand. I put it this way. My granny was one of these women. My uncle dared her to throw a butcher knife at him. She put it between his big toe and his second toe, and he never dared her again.
Yep. We wear that proudly. Yes, ma'am. Worst thing you can do is piss off a good woman. But like I said, a wise man will come to learn and understand that when he selects a woman, she's going to be able to see things he can't. That's why the Bible talks about a fool is the man that does not listen to the wise counsel of his wife. Man may be head of the household, but only in that spiritual sense to lead his family to the Lord. Otherwise, woman is his equal, to be his helpmate, not his slave. And if he'll listen to his wife, he'll find a lot of wise counsel there. I could manage the money, but I'm not very committed to it. I could do it, but you know, Elaine is fantastic at it. A few days back. What was a few days back?
She had friend requested Mama Linda.
Oh, okay, okay.
My grandma carried
Your grandma was on the ready. Go ahead, try to attack me. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, my granny. That's why she was. She was very outspoken. Uh, she didn't care. I mean, she was raised in that era to where, you know, you didn't talk back to your elders, you respected people, and you didn't take no bull off nobody.
Right?
My granny didn't care what color skin you had. If you were good people, you were good people. And if you were a hoodlum, you were a hoodlum.
That's it. White, black, or otherwise. I
Yeah.
don't care. I'm the same way. Treat me like a decent human being, I'll do the same. Act like you're stereotyped, I'll just avoid you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's white trash as well as other names to describe one thing: hoodlums. I got to meet one and know one of mine, but she passed. I think it was shortly after my daddy did. That was back in the 90s. No, we ain't done that, Tom.
No, but I put him in a cat carrier.
Well, your uncle respected her a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why she was able to do that.
He could tell you, my Uncle Pete, he made the comment, he said if my granny was still alive, said all she'd have to tell him to do was go out there and get a switch and bend over, and he would. He respected his mama that much, especially after that knife throwing incident.
He knew how much worse it would be if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
If he had refused, I guarantee you what he got would have been a lot worse.
Oh, yeah. Well, here he was 6'1", and she was, what, 5'2", 5'1", 5'2". He towered over her, but she could tear into him. He'd listen to her more than he would anybody.
Them cats are much smaller than we are, but if they're determined, I ain't going to put up with them claws.
No.
So that's what you got to kind of count on. She might have been that much smaller, but he knew what kind of bobcat would come out if he didn't toe the line.
Yeah.
That little bobcat would have tore him up.
Mm-hmm.
That is just as simple as that. But I think I'm gonna get off here. Let Dale get ready for his devotional and everything, and all like that. I'm pretty well talked out. I could keep going on that other stuff, but the general idea is already out there. So, you know, and all that. May try to wash these glasses, see if that helps. It could just be grease smeared so thin I can't see it.
Oh, man.
All right, Dale. Melinda, even my prime, I'm not. There'd be only one way to handle women like you if it came down to it, and that would be being willing to go to the ultimate end and just end it. Shy of that, don't mess with it. It's going to tear you up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any respect for the women around you, you ain't going to go there.
That's it.
And if you do go there and mess up somehow, you're going to be apologetic, hoping that the repercussions won't be too bad. Y'all think about it. Piggy loves you.